Hello, welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to be looking at the wrestling news from Wednesday. We start with Raw's rating was slightly up this week by 400,000 viewers. So we got 2.275 million, whereas last week got 2.235 million. So 400,000 up is not actually half bad. The third hour did better. All the hours just did a slight bit better. I mean, they did drop like 100,000 between hour 2 and 3, but they always do because, God dang it. God. But it doesn't mean it's all good for Raw and SmackDown this week. The attendance for both Raw and SmackDown was very bad. Raw only got 3,500 people in attendance. The entire upper deck and the lower sections were blocked off. It was believed to be one of the lowest Raw attendance in many years. And SmackDown also did have several lower sections being blocked off. So yeah, not good for the attendance. Not very good. And then, just one more interesting note from Monday Night Raw. Bray Wyatt's characters, Abby the Witch and Mercy the Buzzard, made cameos on this week's Raw. One was behind The Miz, and the other one was near Kofi when he was backstage, which I think is quite funny. I like it. And then we move on to Eli Drake talking about his Impact Wrestling departure. He says, back in January, I basically just let them know, hey, I'm not attending to stay this year. I kind of let them know my intention. I wasn't planning to stay. I really thought about last year and almost left. I know they thought I was leaving. I thought I was leaving at one point, and I ultimately decided to stay. I came to that decision that there was a lot of options now. I wasn't happy with how the first half last year went for me, but I will say the last part of the year was a lot of fun, even though it was Ellsworth or whatever. I was just doing what we did in New York and play with the audience there and with him. It was so much fun from then on and had a great time. And then he just mentioned he's just had enough. And then he was asked about and about a 12-month no-compete that Impact was going to enforce. I don't think that Ned Nordholm actually truly intended to hold that. I only say that because he and I never had any kind of issues. I never had a cross word. We were always very cordial. I would assume I would almost say downright friendly in our interactions. I think it was just a matter of communication from upper voices, so to speak. Who knows? And has he heard from WWE? I have friends there that I talk to, but I haven't had any formal offers made or anything. They're probably sick of me by this point. We talked for 3 years and they made me some offers, but the offer to stay with Impact was just better. Well, I do wish you the best, Eli Drake. I really do. And then Dave Meltzer discussed Brock Lesnar's status. I just know that he's been signing short-term deals, but he's been offered a really good money, so he made to have signed a long-term deal, so he isn't signing with UFC. I don't know if he will ever go to UFC. He may be using it for leverage. I mean, I never took it seriously that he was going. I mean, it never did. He never went. God, Dave got a bit rambly there. But yeah, Lesnar's in for the long term by the sound of it. Then we go to speculation that Rusev could be leaving because his deal is up relatively soon. And obviously, he's not happy and he's asked for a leave of absence. Now, that may mean they're going to freeze his contract while he's out. So, ergo, it could extend his contract. I mean, I think he'd go to AEW because he's a good wrestler and people will remember the New Day, the Rusev Day stuff. So, I definitely think he could go to AEW. Then we go to the Jinder Mahal future. He has signed a new 5-year deal with WWE. He also joins Modo Rawley, Mike and Maria Kanellis that have all signed new deals with the company. Good job. And then Michelle McCool liked a negative WWE television tweet. Jesse Davin put WWE Raw ratings suck. Do you know what it means? And it was just a bought with The Undertaker, and someone's going to slap The Undertaker button. And yeah, Michelle McCool liked it, which you're not wrong. That's kind of the only reason they did it. And now there's a rumour going around that Jerry the King Lawler is going to be a main part of their WWE studio show that will begin in October. The feel is that Lawler's image and voice is a familiar one, thus Fox is looking for something similar that people will be able to relate to, that they know of. And Aleister Black is scheduled to work Extreme Rules. They can't confirm his opponent, but they're looking at Cesaro versus Aleister Black at this point. And then WWE is doing a new storyline with Mike Kanellis. After venting about his position with WWE on social media, it was teased on 205 Live that he was quitting the company following a loss to Jack Gallagher. So, yeah. Obviously, he won't be leaving the company because he's just signed a new deal, but it looks like that's what they're going to be doing for 205 Live television, which I like. I like Mike Kanellis. Give him something, WWE. Give him a Cruiserweight Championship and let him run with it, and he will do you great work. And then here is a current card and rumoured matches for Extreme Rules. Winner takes all Universal Women's title match. Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins versus Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin. Samoa Joe versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE title. Bayley versus Bliss for the women's title. Gulak versus Neat for the Cruiserweight title. Shane and Drew versus The Undertaker and Roman. Finn and Nakamura unconfirmed, but looks like that's what's going to happen. Ricochet versus AJ unconfirmed, but looks like it's going to happen. And Revival versus the Usos unconfirmed, but probably will happen. And that is all the wrestling news. I can't wait for Extreme Rules, even though I'm not in the bloody country. You'll be getting a review of Extreme Rules, but maybe not live stream. Maybe I'll see how the internet is. But yeah, that's been all the wrestling news. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please smash that like button, share this all around, subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later. Bye.